At approximately 6:40 p.m. on February 14, 2026, Trooper Key and Kentucky State Police responded to Horse Cave to investigate a possible assault. A silver Buick belonging to the victim, John Ray, was identified as leaving the scene and possibly driven by the suspect. Units searched the area and located the vehicle near Love's travel stop. Detective Salmon attempted a stop at L&N Turnpike and Highway 218, but the vehicle fled, initiating a pursuit with Salmon in the lead.
We continue up to over the interstate.
If we're probably continuing out 218, you guys are still towards the interstate or getting on the interstate?
Yeah. 650, I can call it. I'm fine. On we got the speeds of 57, light traffic. Single operator, white male.
You got two airbag turns on the left, one to the right.
He's in the middle of the road. I can get up to him. I have permission to pit him out if I get a second chance.
Get behind me when you want it.
Go ahead.
And right here, first floor. Our units headed toward Horse Cave on 31. We're Night Ridge Road headed toward Malachite National Park. We have another time community come across that swing road at this point. It was a supervisor of information of the investor. They passed the mind up and up here.
That's visual, what he said.
Glad you stand forward. You're clear. Never interrupted.
Damn.
If you got a hard left coming up here,
Unit 3A is going to set up on Fisher Ridge with spikes.
He just threw something out the window. There's a bag right back there.
I'll get you numeric when I can. It's off the road.
The pursuit continued to the 4000 block of Flint Ridge Road, where Trooper Key successfully executed a pit maneuver, sending the vehicle off the roadway, through a fence, and into a nearby pasture. The suspect immediately fled on foot, but was quickly apprehended after a short foot pursuit without further incident. He was identified as Brandon Wees. Further investigation revealed Wees had a suspended license and no valid driver's license or proof of insurance. A bag he discarded during the pursuit was recovered and found to contain suspected controlled substances. At approximately 9:30 p.m. on January 22, 2026, officers received an alert from the flock system regarding a black Ford Explorer that had previously fled from law enforcement multiple times. The vehicle was later located on Centerville Rosebud Road by an officer attempting to initiate a traffic stop. However, instead of stopping, the driver fled from law enforcement.
Successful pit.
Put your hands up right now!
Open your door.
270 ready. We have the vehicle off the roadway and males refusing to comply. Pepper ball! Put your hands up and come out of the car now!
Sorry, do you need anything from us?
I guess third time's a charm for you, right? You want to keep running from us.
Did we get his 39 yet?
Yes.
Is he 1099?
After the pit maneuver, the driver refused to exit the vehicle, prompting officers to deploy tear gas. The driver, Timothy Curry, was eventually taken into custody and now faces charges including aggravated assault on a law enforcement officer, fleeing and eluding, hit and run, reckless driving, and additional related offenses.
Charges for aggravated assault against a law enforcement officer.
On December 19th, 2025, at approximately 12:33 a.m., Sergeant Garrett Bird was traveling eastbound on Interstate 40 near mile marker 271 when a blue passenger car with Tennessee plates sped past in the left lane. Rear radar clocked the vehicle at 98 miles per hour in a 75 miles per hour zone. Sergeant Bird began following and observed the car continue around 90 miles per hour. He advised Troop D dispatch and activated his emergency lights. The driver briefly signaled right as if yielding, then canceled the signal, accelerated to triple-digit speeds, and passed other vehicles. Sergeant Bird activated his siren and notified dispatch that a pursuit was underway.
Oh, shit.
I'm 1037. 273.
About 1 minute later, Trooper Bird executed a successful pit maneuver at approximately 137 miles per hour, forcing the vehicle off the right side of the roadway into a grassy area where it came to a stop near a tree line. The occupants exited and fled into the woods. With the assistance of a K-9 unit, one suspect was located hiding in a drainage ditch and taken into custody, but refused to provide information about the others. A subsequent search failed to locate any additional suspects. Around 10:05 a.m. on August 19, 2023, officers were searching for a suspect believed to be armed. Before long, they located him driving a pickup truck. At a nearby intersection, officers spotted the vehicle and conducted a stop. When they approached, the suspect became uncooperative, and officers immediately noticed a 3-year-old child inside the truck.
I'm going to be out.
I believe it's going to be you.
Already officer here. I believe it's going to be the subject.
10-4, the name matches what's posted on your file.
Just moments before the suspect sped off, an officer managed to pull the child safely from the passenger seat. Despite this, the suspect showed no concern for his own child and fled the scene. A pursuit was immediately initiated. The pursuit continued at speeds between 70 and 80 miles per hour. Moments later, Trooper Bates surged into the lead, positioning himself for a high-speed pit maneuver to bring the chase to an end. Executed a pit maneuver at roughly 80 miles per hour, sending the suspect's truck sliding into the ditch on the left as Bates's patrol vehicle dropped into the ditch. Moments later, the suspect emerged with a weapon and pointed it toward the troopers, forcing officers to open fire. The suspect was taken into custody and transported to the hospital with serious injuries, but he survived.
There may have been a shot fired by Deputy 36 when I shot at him. Suspect has fired a couple rounds.
Around 3:53 p.m. on November 26, 2025, Trooper David Minotti was positioned along U.S. Highway 82 near Pew Circle, just outside Lake Village in Chicot County, when he observed a white Nissan Xterra traveling westbound. The vehicle came to a stop at 4669 U.S. Highway 82, just west of Pew Circle. Trooper Minotti approached the driver and initiated contact.
How y'all doing? All right. Hey, Trooper Minotti with Arkansas Police. Your tag's coming back to a different vehicle.
Yeah, it's Abby's, a friend of mine.
Okay, you got your license, insurance with you? Alrighty, Tennessee. Alright, Mr. Cannon.
Yes.
Come here real quick. We'll just talk right here then, okay? How much weed's in the vehicle right now?
No, we smoked earlier.
Well, you know, DWI drugs is a real thing, right?
Right.
See, whenever you say you smoked earlier, that's not a good sign, right?
He smoked earlier, I didn't.
You didn't smoke earlier?
No.
Okay. All right, y'all give me 1 second, okay?
As Trooper Minotti explained the reason for the stop and asked the driver, Mickey Cannon, to provide his license and proof of insurance, he detected the odor of marijuana coming from inside the vehicle. When questioned about it, Cannon claimed his passengers had been smoking earlier. He then opened the door, revealing that he was wearing a catheter and that his left leg was largely paralyzed from a prior accident. A few minutes later, while the two passengers stood outside waiting, Cannon suddenly bolted from the scene, accelerating eastbound toward the Mississippi River Bridge on U.S. Highway 82. Trooper Minotti initiated pursuit.
Head to the bridge, every 2 passengers jumped up.
All units, direct for
Sorry, 39, recently visit.
The second pit maneuver pushed the Nissan off the south shoulder, flipping it onto its roof. Trooper Minotti immediately called for emergency services. He shattered the rear driver's side window with his baton to establish contact. Fire and rescue teams arrived shortly after and pulled Cannon from the vehicle. Aside from a minor cut on his hand, he showed no clear injuries but was taken to Chicot Memorial Hospital for evaluation. A follow-up check revealed Cannon was wanted in Tennessee for a parole violation, which he admitted was why he fled. Because of his medical conditions, including a catheter and partial paralysis of his left leg, he was released pending a court summons rather than taken into custody.
I can't hear you, but I know you can hear.
At approximately 4:25 p.m. on April 20th, 2026, Trooper McDonald became aware of a pursuit initiated by Little Rock Police near I-630 and Main Street involving a white Jeep Grand Cherokee. The driver failed to stop and fled at high speed. During the pursuit, the suspect caused a crash at 12th Street and Woodrow Street and continued fleeing. Officers also reported the suspect discarded a DB-15 rifle near 29th Street and Jefferson Street. At approximately 4:30 p.m., Arkansas State Police Troop A dispatch requested assistance. The vehicle was last reported near Asher Avenue and West Roosevelt Road. Around 4:36 p.m., McDonald located the vehicle at Asher Avenue and Joshua Street, notified dispatch, and took the lead in the pursuit.
It's going to be primary. Continue westbound Asher.
We're pulling over to a parking lot right now.
Lincoln 20 looks like you just ran straight through.
Different 83, we're behind him. He's going north in Jefferson. Continuing north in Jefferson.
10 Little Rock on tippet. TVI. Stay over me. Speed 43 miles an hour. I'm still at Little Rock PD with me.
29 Jefferson, continuing north. Here we go now.
Little Rock, we lost sight of him.
Minutes later, officers lost visual contact with the suspect vehicle and began a coordinated search of the area. The suspect was later identified as Karam D. Fudail and located at West 23rd Street and South Monroe Street, where witnesses confirmed he was the driver. Officers also recovered the discarded DB-15 rifle, which contained a 59-round magazine and had been modified for fully automatic fire. The suspect vehicle was later found abandoned in an alley near 24th Street and Monroe Street. On the night of May 21, 2025, around 9:40 p.m., Arkansas State Police Troop A dispatch alerted all units that North Little Rock Police were in pursuit of a vehicle and had requested assistance. Minutes later, the fleeing vehicle, identified as a black Acura MDX with Arkansas plate BDZ43R, was reported heading south on Interstate 430. As Trooper Noah Fricke traveled westbound on I-630, dispatch reported the chase had shifted to the eastbound ramp of I-630 from southbound I-430. By approximately 9:43 p.m., Trooper Fricke spotted the suspect vehicle traveling northbound on South Mississippi and took over as the lead unit in the pursuit.
I'll call it. We're running down, coming back up to 630 on ramp. Continuing right there, the shop call. Which direction right there?
The suspect vehicle ran a red light at the intersection of South Mississippi and continued north for about a quarter mile. At that point, Trooper Fricky successfully performed a pit maneuver. The impact forced the Acura into oncoming lanes, veering right before crashing into a concrete wall and fence on the east side of the road. Following the crash, the driver, later identified as Devontae Jones, exited through the front passenger door and fled on foot heading north. He stopped shortly after and was taken into custody by officers from the North Little Rock Police Department. Jones was transported to the Pulaski County Jail and charged with the following: fleeing, driving on a suspended license, criminal mischief first degree, failure to stop at a red light, no liability insurance, improper windshield condition.
We're going to be at Markham and Rodney Perry.
At around 2:30 a.m. on August 7th, 2025, a Florida Highway Patrol trooper was merging onto the Dolphin Expressway from Northwest 42nd Avenue when a BMW speeding past caught the trooper's attention. The trooper followed as the BMW reached speeds of more than 125 miles per hour in a 55 mile per hour zone. When the trooper closed in and activated emergency lights and siren, the driver shut off the headlights, began changing lanes, and accelerated, refusing to stop.
So you want 8265?
He's on the one.
Gray, color BMW 5 Series.
Last going southbound 82nd Ave.
Southbound 87th Ave. Correction, 82nd.
During the pursuit, the driver suddenly braked, causing the patrol vehicle to strike the rear of the BMW. The suspect vehicle rolled several times before coming to a stop. The driver, identified as 38-year-old Fabrizio Javier Aragon Sandoval, was taken into custody and later charged with fleeing and eluding at high speed, along with speeding in excess of 100 miles per hour. Both vehicles sustained heavy damage, but no serious injuries were reported. On Friday, March 1st, 2024, at about 8:20 p.m., Trooper Ramsey was traveling east on U.S. Highway 412 near the Hometown Country Store when he spotted a Ford Fusion driving through a parking lot with its turn signal on, but no headlights. The car accelerated, stopped twice in the lot, then sped onto West Van Zant Road, still without lights. When Ramsey turned onto West Van Zant, he saw the vehicle had finally switched on its headlights, but was now speeding at more than 50 miles per hour in a 35-mile-per-hour zone. He activated his emergency lights. The driver briefly slowed, then accelerated again, fleeing at roughly 80 miles per hour.
I'm on South Van Zant, out with Black, Ford car, Adam Henry, border 530 ran from the crash out. Hands! Go on the ground! On the ground! How many others?
The vehicle soon lost control, struck a drainage culvert, bounced back onto the roadway, and crashed into a large tree before coming to a stop. Trooper Ramsey notified dispatch and moved in to secure the scene. The driver climbed out immediately and complied with commands. He was identified as Grant Thomas and was taken into custody without incident. A strong odor of intoxicants was detected coming from Thomas.
No, sir. No.
Stand up.
Yes, sir. Oh,
I appreciate
give me a second, please. Please, sir.
Huh?
Please, give me 1 second, please.
I'm trying.
Yes, sir.
How drunk are you?
I know, sir. Oh, I'm pretty good boy. Hey.
Okay.
Man, I'm supposed to do it, please.
Go Walter, 19 after that. Here's 620 off the tag.
You're not going to run
You go ahead and get Washington
About
County.
kill your
They got any more
mom.
close to him?
Yeah, you understand.
You could have hit anybody in this house.
Yes, sir.
And you're going to want to smoke a cigarette.
Hey, yes, sir.
Inside the crashed vehicle, Trooper Ramsey found an older female passenger, Melissa Hitson.
Yes.
As he helped her out, he heard crackling from the engine bay and saw flames beginning to spread, prompting him to move both occupants to safety and call for the fire department. Thomas repeatedly claimed he had stolen the car from his sister. After everyone was secure, Trooper Ramsey read him the Miranda warning. Thomas waived his rights and admitted to drinking earlier, adding that he had been released from jail in November. By the time firefighters arrived, the vehicle was nearly fully burned.
Insurance doesn't cover those.
At approximately 7:43 p.m. on February 5th, 2026, while patrolling westbound on Interstate 440 near mile marker 3.3, Trooper Highland observed a white Chrysler 300 traveling with an inoperable license plate light and expired registration tags. Trooper Ethan positioned his patrol unit behind the Chrysler as both vehicles continued west and took exit 1 on Interstate 440. The Chrysler then accelerated to a high rate of speed and failed to obey a stop sign, prompting Trooper Ethan to activate his emergency lights and siren in an attempt to initiate a traffic stop, but the driver refused to comply and fled, triggering a high-speed pursuit.
All units in 1053, 1063, 36, 440 westbound, detected 1.
Southbound on Springer, call station.
10-4, copy southbound on Springer.
He crashed out. We're at the 365 split.
10-4, copy, crash out at the 365 split.
Show me your hands right now.
After crashing near the intersection of Springer Boulevard and Gillum Park Road, the driver complied and was taken into custody without further incident. He was later identified as 23-year-old Jordan Ivey. The collision caused significant front-end damage to a parked 18-wheeler, and investigators later determined that the Chrysler did not carry valid liability insurance. At approximately 9:07 p.m. on January 21st, 2025, Bartlett police advised Troop D that they were tracking a stolen Nissan Maxima with a temporary tag northbound on I-55 near mile marker 10. Sergeant Collier Wright responded and repositioned to intercept. He briefly lost sight of the vehicle, but located it again near mile marker 19, traveling about 130 miles per hour. The driver turned off the headlights while exiting at exit 21, then turned them back on and accelerated after realizing the trooper was still behind. Wright activated his lights and siren to initiate a stop, but the suspect fled.
TBI, TBI, TBI. TBI.
Nearby TBI.
10-4. Give you one in the car? Yeah. Go ahead and double check behind the book.
26-4 City, we got DPS units on scene, thank you.
10-15. That was inside that vehicle all the time? Yeah. Or we worried about anybody getting thrown out of it? We haven't. It's on the way, okay? He's already here. Is it on your side? Yeah, he's right here.
The driver, Anthony Powers, was later arrested and admitted to stealing the vehicle. He faces multiple charges, including theft by receiving, $25,000, felony fleeing in a manner creating a substantial danger of death, fictitious tags, no seatbelt, reckless driving, first offense, and first-degree criminal mischief, damage between $5,000 and $25,000. At approximately 9:49 p.m. on June 3rd, 2023, Sergeant McCrae was conducting radar speed enforcement on Highway 79 near Rock Row Bayou when he observed a vehicle traveling at a very high rate of speed. Radar confirmed the vehicle was traveling at 95 miles per hour in a 55 miles per hour zone. McCrae pulled into the roadway and activated his emergency lights to initiate a stop, but the driver refused to comply and fled, leading to a pursuit.
Yeah, see if I got any close.
Yeah, boy. Address is going to be over 3
32, can you bid him?
After a pit maneuver at approximately 118 miles per hour, Sergeant McCrae lost control of his patrol unit, which left the roadway on the north side, struck an embankment, and came to rest in a ditch. The suspect vehicle also left the roadway on the south side, traveling southeast into a wooded area before stopping near a water-filled ditch. Deputies from the Monroe County Sheriff's Office and additional Arkansas State Police units arrived shortly after. The suspect fled on foot, but was quickly apprehended without further incident. The driver was identified as Joel Robinson. Investigation revealed the vehicle had been reported stolen shortly before the pursuit began in Stuttgart, Arkansas. At approximately 3:30 p.m. on December 29th, 2025, a USPS mail carrier in Akron was robbed at gunpoint while delivering mail. The suspect was later identified traveling toward Cuyahoga County, and deputies with the Cuyahoga County Sheriff's Office, along with U.S. postal inspectors and the Cleveland Police Department, quickly located the suspect vehicle. Upon noticing law enforcement presence, the suspect immediately fled, triggering a pursuit.
County's behind it with the grappler. Send units, I'm going eastbound. Eastbound, passing 97 to Dickens, speed 61.
Where you at?
Eastbound, 94 and Dickens, eastbound.
Yeah, keep this up there. What sergeant approved the pursuit?
Footbail, footbail, footbail! Trash!
Jimmy, where are you?
Heard grapplers over the air, Sarge. I'm pretty sure that's out of the back.
Dog's released! Dog's released! Dog caught him! Dog caught him! Soka and 116. Put your fucking hands down! Put your fucking hands down! Lay on your belly! Lay on your belly! Lay on your fucking belly! Get on your fucking belly! Get on your belly!
It wasn't me.
Get on your fucking belly!
He biting me.
Get the fuck over!
I can't.
Get the fuck over!
He biting me.
Roll over now!
He's biting me!
Roll over!
Ah, I can't!
Roll over now! Good job, buddy. Good
trying.
job. Hold this arm. Hold this arm.
I can't turn over.
Ah! Let go of the dog! Let go of the fucking dog! Take your fucking hands off! Keep your hands.
After a brief foot pursuit and with assistance from a canine unit, the suspect was subdued and taken into custody. Although he initially appeared confused and acted as if he were innocent, he was later confirmed to be the individual responsible for the earlier armed robbery, and the stolen items were recovered from his vehicle.
Negative effect on grappler.
At approximately 10:23 p.m. on December 27, 2025, Officer Eli Thomas observed a white Chevrolet Camaro traveling eastbound in the right lane as it passed his location. A license plate check revealed that the registered owner's driver's license was suspended. Officer Thomas immediately pulled in behind the vehicle to initiate a traffic stop.
Chevy Camaro, Arkansas Board, Georgia Trade, 76 item. Georgia Trade, 76 item.
As Officer Thomas closed the distance, the Camaro was following closely behind a semi-truck and made an improper lane change. When emergency lights and siren were activated, the driver failed to stop. Officer Thomas attempted a pit maneuver, but it was unsuccessful. The Camaro then accelerated and fled at speeds exceeding 100 miles per hour.
We're taking Riverside Drive exit. Speed, you know what 5 minutes is, dude. We're taking North Front Street. We're still on Riverside Drive. We're passing Court Avenue. This is D24, any THP units on Riverside Drive, about Union. We're still on Riverside Drive, passing Beale Street.
Do you just have traffic charges on, or what do you got?
The pursuit lasted just over 5 minutes. After passing through Beale Street, the Camaro continued eastbound and crossed into Tennessee. Sergeant Thomas was ordered to terminate the pursuit, and dispatch relayed the suspect's information to the Tennessee Highway Patrol for follow-up. At approximately 9:22 p.m. on November 27, 2025, while patrolling Interstate 57, Trooper Brown saw a white pickup truck and a black passenger car speeding northbound. His radar confirmed both vehicles traveling at roughly 100 miles per hour in a 75 mile per hour zone. Trooper Brown initiated a traffic stop on both vehicles.
Out with the black Mercedes passenger car, Texas X-ray George, X-ray 2087. And then Louisiana tag. Stand by, I'll get you that second 28. Louisiana Zebra 668046, white Chevy Silverado.
During the initial contact, the pickup truck's driver cooperated, was cited for traveling 100 miles per hour in a 75 mile per hour zone, and was released without further incident. The Mercedes driver, however, lowered his window only slightly, and Trooper Brown immediately detected the odor of marijuana coming from inside the vehicle.
Mr. Black, back to what I was talking about. Vehicle reeks of weed. You're gonna step out for me real quick. If this is a little bit, man, I ain't worried about it. I'm not worried about a little bit, but it reeks.
I don't smoke weed.
Don't matter. I smell it.
I don't smoke.
Step on out. My man, you gotta step out.
After the pickup left the area, Trooper Brown returned to the black vehicle and instructed the driver to step out so he could investigate the marijuana odor he had detected earlier. The driver refused to comply, then suddenly fled the scene. Trooper Brown immediately began pursuit.
Northbound from the 51, the black Mercedes passenger car, the Texas tag.
Hold on.
The pit maneuver caused the vehicle to spin counterclockwise and crash into the guardrail near the 55-mile marker. A Bald Knob Police Department officer arrived moments later and conducted a felony stop. The driver was taken into custody without further incident.